Hey everybody, welcome back to Heresy Painting and Gaming. I know it's been a while, life has gotten a little bit crazy, but today is an exciting day because today we have Warhammer Age of Sigmar Skaventide. And as you can see, this box is gigantic. I'm excited to get into the box and paint the models, build them up. I haven't been this excited about Age of Sigmar since first edition Age of Sigmar, when that first came out. Like, I'm really excited about this one. It just looks really cool. It has some of the old units that got redone. They redid the Skaven, and it's just a heavy box. Like, I remember when I grabbed the box out of the store, it was just super heavy. It's heavier than even Leviathan. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it like the usual unboxings that we do. And then we're going to compare it to some of the other box sets that have come out before it, just to kind of see where this stacks up. Now, this box right here, it is a pretty chunk of change at $265 US retail. But it's a good deal. It's still a good deal. You get 2 playable forces for the Spearhead, which is the combat patrol of Age of Sigmar. And you get 2 forces that are able to do that right out of the box, which is nice. But we're going to flip this over here, and bear with me because it is a giant box, so it's a little bit hard to do this. But you just to kind of see what you get in the back here. So I'm going to have to do it this way. Because, I mean, it's so big that I can't even like get it in the camera. But you get all these models. It's a total of 74 models, which is the most miniatures in any box set by Games Workshop to this date. And I know because I counted the other ones. I think the next one was Leviathan, which was sitting at 72. But we'll compare those later on. But aside from the miniatures, you get the Age of Sigmar 4th edition core book, sitting at 272 pages. You also get a 144-page Spearhead, Fire, and Jade book, which is really nice. So you not only get the core rules, you also get the Spearhead rules in this box, which has not happened in any other box set. You get a double-sided game board, and it's not a flimsy cardboard one. I'll show it to you guys in a minute once I get it all open. Get 36 card Spearhead deck, 17 General's Handbook cards, and 4 terrain features. So not only do you get 74 miniatures between the 2 armies, you also get terrain. It's not like a whole lot of terrain, but it's still some terrain. Which, again, I think the last time we saw any terrain in a starter set was 4th edition Warhammer 40k, when they had the crashed lander. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's get this open. I'm going to kind of do this off screen real quick and just kind of pop the lid off because it's going to be a big box and there's just a lot to go through, so bear with me. Okay, so for the exciting part, we're just going to pop this lid off and have that satisfying suction from the box. So right off the bat, we get the artwork. Now, I have heard a lot of complaints about the artwork getting damaged. This is not supposed to be artwork, necessarily. It's just a protector that they put artwork on. But I'm still going to frame this up and hang it up. These are basically to protect the books and the minis from shipping. That's still nice artwork. I'm still going to hang that up. I always collect all those. Now, one thing I do want to point out, as compared to the last 2 box sets, this box is actually kind of flimsy, which is kind of my only complaint about this box, to be honest. With as much stuff it's got in there, and you can see how flimsy this is. It's not that hard quality, hard cardstock that we got with Leviathan and with the Age of Darkness, but we'll compare that later on. Got a whole bunch of bases, because of course we do. We're going to need all of them. There's another one there. Down to the plastic. So this is the new prosecutors. And what I like about these is the wings are not going to break. I mean, they might break if you're not like super careful with them, but they're nowhere near as flimsy as the first edition prosecutors. And they are the same unit, they're just in that Thunderstrike armor, so they're a little bit more sleek. And just kind of updated look. I guess like kind of like Primaris, if you will. They kind of Primaris these Sigmarines. We then have 2 frames of this. So these are the Liberators, the new ones. And what I like about these is if you look at the sprues, you can either kit these out with dual hammers or hammer and shield. Which we did not get with the first Age of Sigmar first edition box set. It was just hammer and shield with those guys. And there's the other one there. Same thing. And I love that these are easy to build, but you can still get options. It's very reminiscent of the Dominion box, which, admittedly, I'm still working on. It's taken me a while, but that's okay. We then have, I believe these are the Rat Ogres. And I'm pretty excited about the Skaven. I'm more excited about the Skaven than I am the Stormcast in this box. Your Stormcast, you know, you've seen one, you've seen a million of them, right? But the Skavens, they're just really neat and unique. This is some of the named characters for the Stormcast. So you get some of your Griffhounds in there. There's also some Skavens in there. I believe that's the Grey Seer. And I forget what the Stormcast guy is called. They all have like Justice names, like kind of like superhero names, you know what I mean? And then get these guys. These are the Warplock Jezzails. Yeah, and they're kind of a cool bunch. They're basically rat snipers with these big guns. So that's kind of fun. This is the Rat Lord. I don't remember what his name is, but he's got this big mutant rat mount. So it's like a rat riding a rat. Which is kind of cool because it's kind of like the Lizardmen too, where they have, or excuse me, the Seraphon, where they're dinos riding dinos, and you got rats riding rats. This is the Rattling Cannon. So, pretty big artillery piece. We've got the Lord Vigilant on the Griff Charger. And I'm not sure how I feel about the new styling for the mounts for the Stormcast. If I'm being honest, they seem a little monstrous, more grimdark. And I actually liked the old, I guess, sort of heroic, kind of beefy dragons, but we'll see what other beasties we get. So we have these guys, the Reclusians, which are kind of like the other elite Stormcast choice. They also have the Memorians, which are the hooded cloak guys. And these guys kind of have like a heartbreaking story. They're basically at the last reforging before they lose all their memories, and that's why they have the scribes just kind of keeping track of all their memories and documenting everything. And then we have these 40 ratlings, or the clan rats. Not ratlings, clan rats. We got 40 of these. So, the Skavens are definitely a horde army. So 2 spruce of that. They're both identical. But again, you get options. And then here's the terrain. which again, it's not like a whole lot of it, but it's still cool that you get some. And combining this with my Stormbringer stuff that I'm getting, I'm going to have quite a bit of Age of Sigmar terrain. So then we have another artwork here, another protector, same deal. More bases, because we're going to need all these bases here. We have 2 packages, kind of like this. Like a little folder. So in here you get all your cards. I believe these are your index cards. Your general's handbook. Yep, that's your general handbook. The instructions. And the board. And this is kind of the part that I'm excited about the most. I'm not going to open it up, but that's thick cardboard. And it's really nice. It's double-sided. So you basically get everything you need to play in this box. It's definitely a good starter set. I'm going to set that to the side. I'll mess with it later. And by my estimation, this should be the rule books. And they are quite heavy. So, then it comes in a seal there. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. There's that. I don't think there's going to be any saving this, unfortunately. Okay, so what I did is I just peeled the sticker off. Came off easier than I thought, but it kind of comes in this neat packaging. These are the books. Core Rulebook and the Spearhead Fire and Jade. So we'll move this to the side for now. And I am a little bit disappointed in the way that the books came packed, because I love repackaging them back in their boxes every once in a while. But these are going to be like nearly impossible to do that with, because they're paper. But I'm going to have to fight with this sleeve here. There we go. And I know it's got a sticker on it, but I do things the hard way. But look at that. That's the core rulebook. It's got the Lord Terminus on it in the cover. And that's the back. This is the time of turmoil. This is the era of war. This is the Age of Sigmar. And then here's the Fire and Jade Spearhead Rulebook. And this is just, I love that cover. And then the same thing. But yeah, that's the contents of this box. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to compare the size of this box to the other boxes, as well as the contents. I'm not going to go through and unbox the other two, because I've already started working on the other boxes, and we already know what's in those boxes. However, we can still kind of compare what was in them, and kind of not so much break down the prices, because prices fluctuate. They change every so often, so I'm not going to do that. But we are going to compare, like, which ones are the better boxes. And in my opinion, this one ranks as top tier. But I'll explain why in the next part of this. Okay, so we already went through the contents of Skaventide. And as you can see, it was all jam-packed. Which, to recap, it's 74 miniatures. So 50 Skaven and 24 Stormcast. Comes with the rulebook. It comes with the Spearhead book, both of which are hardcover. It comes with a two-sided game board, which is like almost like a particle cardboard box terrain feature thing, which is nice. It comes with 4 pieces of terrain. It comes with a 17 card Spearhead deck and the General's Handbook deck. So it comes with a whole lot of stuff. But how does it rank compared to Leviathan and Age of Darkness? So, you see I got both those boxes there. So we'll do like a little thickness check here. Just gonna go... We'll do Age of Darkness first, since it's right next to it. So, Age of Darkness is just as tall as Skaventide. As far as box size goes, it is a pretty big box. And Leviathan is just a hair shorter. But Leviathan was also jam-packed full of stuff, so we'll kind of compare all the boxes, and you guys can tell me which one is the better deal. Okay, so to compare the Leviathan box to Skaventide, Leviathan came with 72 miniatures, so 25 Space Marines and 45 Tyranids, or 47 Tyranids, excuse me. So 72 miniatures. It also came with a hardcover rulebook, came with a transfer sheet, and a deck of cards for like the missions and things like that. And that's what Leviathan came with. Pretty good deal. Actually, really good deal because it had a lot of plastic in this box. But in terms of comparing that with Skaventide and all the stuff that came with, I'm going to go with Skaventide. It's the better deal in terms of what you get in the box. However, the box for Leviathan is a much higher quality box, which I feel should be the standard for these launch boxes, is these big, heavy boxes. And they probably just didn't want to make the Skaventide box too heavy, but it almost feels like it's going to fall apart when you pick it up. So keep that in mind. But the next one we're going to cover is going to be the Age of Darkness box set, so hang tight. And the next one we're going to compare is the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness box set, which is probably my favorite out of all of them, just because you can literally build an entire army with this box. But that being said, it came with 54 miniatures. So 40 Tactical Marines, came with 10 Cataphractii Terminators, came with the Land Raider Spartan, the Contemptor Dreadnought, the new Contemptor Dreadnought, and 2 Praetors. So 54 miniatures. Now, everything in this box is new, like models-wise, except for the Terminators. The Terminators we actually got back in, I believe, 2016, when they had the Betrayal of Calth box board game. Back when they started making Horus Heresy in plastic with the Mark IV Marines. Horus Heresy Age of Darkness also comes with a hardback rulebook. It comes with 2 reference sheets for 2 players. Comes with 20 dice and then the scatter dice, so 21 dice. The measuring sticks and the templates, as well as the transfer sheet for your Marines if you want to play Imperial Fist or Sons of Horus. And the way that this box is designed is that you can either do 2 armies, like 2 small ones, or you can just make them all 1 army. They're all pretty, like, Legion agnostic, I guess that's the word. So you can definitely start up an army with that. It does have a pretty hefty price tag for the Age of Darkness. I believe it's $300 US. Whereas I believe Leviathan was $250 when that came out, and Skaventide was $265. So you still get your value, but it seems like it's more value out of the other 2. However, you get a Land Raider Spartan in this box, so I'm not complaining on that one. But yeah, that's the comparison with these, and that was the unboxing for Skaventide, which I'll put back on the screen because that's the star of the show. So we'll do that. There you go. And yeah, I'm excited to get cracking on this box and just kind of seeing how everything turns out. Between the Dominion box and my Stormbringer subscription and this box, I'm going to have quite a bit of Stormcast Eternals. And this is my first foray into Skavens. I've always kind of liked the Skaven, but I never collected them because the models were always outdated for Old World. But now that we got new Skavens, I'll probably collect them. I may only just do this Spearhead, I don't know yet. But what I got planned is albino rats, because albino rats just creep me out. I don't know what it is about them, but they just creep me out. And that's why I'm going to do my rats as albinos, because these are supposed to be creepy. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing and comparison. I know it was a bit of a long video. It's a doozy. But I'm glad that y'all stayed with me. And again, I apologize for taking so long to upload anything. It has been crazy over in the real life section. But for those of you that are sticking with me, I appreciate every single one of you. And as always, happy painting.